Welcome to the show. I'm Ryan Gomez.
And I'm John Kapora. Hi.
You know why we're here, so let's get right to it.
So one of the cool things about this set is that we get to look at things that Magic doesn't really do anymore. For example, Sinkhole is a card they would never, ever, ever come close to printing in Standard again, but it totally fits the motif of Eternal Masters.
Sure. Same thing with the Hydroblast and Pyroblast, right? So they do print color-specific hate cards now, like Gainsay or Self-Inflicted Wound, but those aren't nearly as powerful as the Blasts.
Yes, exactly. Another prime example is Price of Progress. This one carries a lot of weight in the older formats because most of the lands are non-basic. So this thing just 2 mana, instant, hit your opponent for 8. Yeah. And they don't really make cards like that anymore.
No, they don't. All right, so now that we've seen a little bit more of the set, some of the draft archetypes are also starting to take form. It appears white-green is going to be focused on enchantments, right? Yep. You've got Argothian Enchantress, Mesa Enchantress, Ancestral Mask, all being big players in that deck.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, white-black gets sort of Reanimator focus, with Karmic Guide providing a way to get creatures into play from your graveyard. We've got Entomb to get creatures in there. Yeah. We've got Animate Dead to kind of get them back as well. Yeah. But not a ton of big creatures worth digging up quite yet.
So what are the popular targets in Eternal formats? Griselbrand, Iona?
Those are both pretty popular, but they're also pretty recent. So I don't know that they're going to be in this set, but they could be.
Okay.
Another cool thing Eternal Masters is doing is a thing we've seen a lot of these supplemental type sets doing, is that they're shifting cards down to common.
Yes. Yep, and that's really great news for Pauper fanatics like us.
I definitely remember rocking Emperor Crocodile in my mono green deck when I was 10 years old and thinking it was the stone nuts. Now it is a common card.
It turns out maybe he wasn't so good after all.
It was awful. It was a bad card. But you know, when you're 10 years old, the lines are a little blurred.
And here's one that's hot off the presses, Winter Orb. You can get that in foil now.
Ooh, more cards I played in my mono green deck when I was 10.
Well, that's the theme of this set, right? All the cards that you liked from the 90s.
Yeah, I guess. I loved this when I was a kid. As a way to describe cards from this set is kind of unremarkable.
Extreme, indeed. Eternal Masters will be upon us before we know it, so make sure you get your pre-orders in today, TCGplayer.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Internet.